It's the city and the entire region in this edition of Positively St. Louis.
It's a block-by-block approach. The Land Reutilization Authority of the City of St. Louis is on a mission to transform neighborhoods, focusing on previously abandoned and foreclosed properties. The Land Reutilization Authority of the City of St. Louis has adopted new sales policies to enhance economic empowerment, inclusive development, and neighborhood transformation in conjunction with the Economic Justice Action Plan. The LRA is responsible for the stewardship and sale of previously abandoned and foreclosed properties, with programs designed to convert these unoccupied properties back into productive use. In addition, last year, the St. Louis Development Corporation, who staffs LRA, welcomed Shelton Anderson as the new VP of Real Estate to lead the LRA.
Is essentially the oldest land bank in the country. It is also the largest land bank and the largest landowner for St. Louis. It essentially is the owner of last resort to disposition properties to sell and market those for the productive redevelopment in the city of St. Louis.
Shelton oversees the physical and financial performance and business strategy of St. Louis Land Bank of nearly 10,000 vacant parcels. The majority are single-family homes, all in various conditions, which includes homes that are partially demolished and homes that are structurally unstable. The largest concentration is on the north side of the city.
The strategic plan for the Land Reutilization Authority of the City of St. Louis is essentially to line all of its parcels with programs that are funded in activating and redeveloping each of those parcels into productive use. We're going through a process of doing an inventory analysis, which is essentially getting a better understanding of what the best use is for each of the parcels that LRA owns.
When a property owner doesn't pay property taxes and no one purchases it at tax sale, it ends up in the hands of the LRA. Now, Anderson says the LRA is facilitating the due diligence process on new development projects, underwriting for new opportunities, identifying and implementing ways to optimize use of properties and land, and working in partnership with the facilities management team to develop and implement annual asset plans with specific strategies to maximize the value of the properties.
This matters because the redevelopment in St. Louis, specifically redeveloping North St. Louis, which is historically the most disinvested portion of the city, is important in collectively developing St. Louis City in its entirety, which will also develop St. Louis as not just the city, but the county, and also being able to take development that will expand out into impacting the region.
When I talk about the
Jasmine Cannon is the real estate asset manager for LRA and says it was the right time to align LRA with the Economic Justice Action Plan and transform LRA's operations, policies, and practices to achieve its objectives and to increase transparency for residents who engage with LRA.
In order to activate the 1,000 parcels, we need to better understand what's going on in our community first, right? So essentially, I am always starting at the data. As an urban planner, that is my focus, right? I want to know what the data is telling me. I want to better understand a quick snapshot of what is happening within our neighborhoods within the city of St. Louis in order to be able to partner with the appropriate departments and or individuals if need be. And we talked a little bit about our neighborhood transformation managers who act as our field boots on the ground messengers, right? So whatever information they bring back to us, we partner that with the rest of our strategy and our method to further push those 1,000 parcels in the right direction.
The LRA strives to provide housing, new industry and jobs for citizens, and return tax revenues for the city of St. Louis.
As we go through the process of conducting a condition assessment for each property, that's really determining the condition of the property and whether it fits the ability to be demolished. The criteria for that is really assessed by issues such as being located close to schools, issues such as homes that are not vacant next door, which could cause destabilization and issues and challenges with our next door neighbors, and also the ability for that particular property to not just be demolished or stabilized, but really utilizing a block by block approach where we're identifying the totality of those blocks, the number of vacant and or properties that can be stabilized, demolished, and redeveloped on a block, and then placing them into active programs that essentially will allow for the redevelopment, not in a 2-year or 3-year path, but being able to be redeveloped in what we envision being as early as next year.
The next edition of Positively St. Louis will showcase how the LRA is putting their plan to action. Now, to learn more about the LRA, go to developstlouis.org/LRA. And this is what Positively St. Louis looks like. I'm Kelly Hoskins.